This looks like a step towards peace, but it may actually show how far apart both sides still are. China's President Xi Jinping has just said he is willing to work with all political parties in Taiwan to improve ties across the Taiwan Strait. He made these remarks during a meeting with Kuomintang leader Cheng Li-wan, who is the first KMT party chief to visit China in almost 10 years. During the meeting, Xi repeated a key position. Any cooperation must be based on the 1992 consensus and a clear rejection of Taiwan independence. Cheng responded by calling for dialogue and saying cross-strait relations should not be used for political fighting, but treated as a choice between peace and war. On the surface, this sounds like an opening for broader engagement beyond just one party. But here's where it gets more complicated. Taiwan's ruling Democratic Progressive Party has long rejected the 1992 consensus. It also insists that talks with China should come with no preconditions. That creates a direct clash. China is offering talks, but only within its own political framework. Taiwan's current government is open to talks, but not under those terms. So even though the message sounds inclusive, the actual room for negotiation remains very narrow. At the same time, there is another layer that makes this situation harder. China has continued military activity around Taiwan, including naval patrols and drills. This creates a clear contrast. Diplomatic outreach on one side, and military pressure on the other. Some analysts describe this as a dual-track strategy. Soft engagement to keep communication open. Hard deterrence to maintain pressure and signal red lines. This matters because it shapes how each side views the other's intentions. If one side talks about peace but continues military activity, trust becomes harder to build. And without trust, even well-designed agreements can fall apart. There is also a political angle inside Taiwan. The KMT is not the ruling party. Public support for closer ties with China is mixed. So even if opposition leaders engage with Beijing, it does not automatically translate into policy changes. That raises a deeper question. Is this outreach meant to genuinely reduce tensions, or to influence Taiwan's internal politics and global perception? We've seen similar patterns before. Periods of dialogue often happen alongside continued pressure, which suggests this is not a sudden shift, but part of a longer strategy. The issue may not just be what was said in the meeting, but what has not changed around it. Because real progress depends not just on words, but whether both sides are willing to move on their core conditions. So here's the question. If both sides keep insisting on their own terms, can meaningful dialogue ever really happen? Like, share and subscribe to 2230.